Welcome to your Aquarius October 2020 tarot reading and forecast, and it's great to see the subscribers back again. We have great fun here, don't we? Do you know, I was going to say though that if you do want to have a private consultation with me, all you need to do is to check out the information that's in the description box below, and you might be able to put your mind to rest over things. But anyway, what we're going to do now is draw 5 cards. That's all we need, because each of these cards usually is jam-packed with information that's there for you. They are windows into the other realm for me. And so they talk non-stop. And this is what they have to say for you this month. Let's have a look to see what the windows are. That is the Knight of Swords. This is the Two of Swords. A lot of things going on. This is the Nine of Discs. It's awfully good to see, I think. We shall see. There is the Ace of Cups. Finally, shall we do something here? And this is the Page of Cups. Right, well, as is our usual practice, come down and have a look at the cards with me while I do the reading for you. Next month's reading will be published on Wednesday the 7th of October at 2 p.m. US Eastern Time. Let's have a look at this first card that's in the first card that I want to look at anyway, which is the central energy, and it is this, the Nine of Discs. This is the Lord of Material Gain. Now for me it is, now if you're a student of the occult, you might recognize this figure. It is the figure of Baphomet. I won't go into the details of it now, just have a look at that. This is Venus ruling the second decan of Virgo, that 3rd to the 12th of September. Now, Venus is concerned with love and with money. And these are both expressions of your values, pleasures, tastes, and so on, aren't they? Venus is saying here that if your heart is pure and you follow your heart, your life can only gain from this, and good fortune is going to attend your material affairs. Now this far down the suit of discs, the 9, this usually relates to money, as we're in the final stages of the suit of earth. So I see here gain, rewards for efforts, realizing your goals, financial and personal independence, the beginnings of material security and self-sufficiency. Projects and situations and relationships are going to come together to produce material gain. You're going to start moving ahead. This isn't wealth in the sense of someone like Bill Gates or the Tata family in India, but you look back at this period, and from the place that you look back, you'll say, yes, I am better off now than I was back then. This points to a general period of improvement in all the areas of your life. Possibly settlements if people are involved in legal issues, and gifts of some values. There's a lot of karmic reward here. Good luck and management in your financial affairs, and a degree of financial security after hard work and planning. Now, if your knowledge and creativity are filled with love, you will gain from all situations in life. The more deeply you are engaged, the more comprehensive your insights will be. Do you know what your highest goal is in life? Do you have a plan as to how to get there, a step-by-step, reasonable and achievable step every way along the line? Check carefully whether that which you call gain is in full harmony with your ultimate goal, and say to yourself, everything that happens today serves my growth. The more I give, the more I receive. I might turn now to the Lord of Peace Restored. Let's have a look at this for you. Now, this Lord of Peace Restored, this is the moon ruling the first decan of Libra. This is a really happy combination. Did you know that your moon sign describes your instinctive or emotional energies? With Moon in the sign of Libra, you will be likely to have a deep need for peace and harmony in your life. Libra is symbolized by the scales, isn't it? And this can relate to any area of life requiring balance. This includes personal environment, your work, and your relationships with others. The purpose, I think, of this card is that of neutrality, being neither good nor bad, so balance. Now, it may be the case that you are having quite a difficult time making up your mind about something that's before you, and you may not be able to make a choice between courses of action. Now, I don't think it's anything acute, but it sits in the background and surfaces every now and again. It might be that you are dealing with the pros and cons of a situation. Although this is peace, it may feel like stagnation to you, or maybe you feel passive. But I think what it is that perhaps you will, for a moment, lack the information you need to make the right decision at the time. But when you get it, and you will get that information, it's like the light goes on, and you can see the situation for what it is, and you'll be in a much better position to make the decision that is right for you. With the Two of Swords, decision you make at the moment should be geared towards bringing peace and harmony in your life. Now, what areas of your life are especially important to you? You can now calmly come and make the necessary decisions. Say this to yourself: deep peace fills my heart. Do you know there is an angel called Hahel, one of the 72 names of God? And in the Old Testament book of Psalms, I'm sure it's Psalm 120 verse 2, it says, "O Lord, save me from treacherous lips, from a deceitful tongue." Now, meditating on that verse, it will heal all areas of your life, including health, problems, financial difficulties, and relationship conflicts. And as if to reinforce that there may well be some thoughts going through your mind prior to making important decisions for you, this card appears here. It is the Prince of the Chariot of Earth, and here we have the Knight of Swords. Well, the Knight esoterically is air, and in the suit of swords, that's air. So we have the airy part of air. Now, this card here actually rules Aquarius, but I think that Capricorn is also going to be with you as well. This Prince of the Chariots of Winds. Did I call him the Prince of Chariots of Winds before? The Prince of the Chariots of Earth. He's the Prince of the Chariots of Winds. Now, the airy part of where? Well, it's a picture of the mind. And what this says is that there is a lot of air, airy part of air, where it's talking about activity and not necessarily plans. This chariot in air flying through here. Well, he moves easily through air, but notice that he's not holding on to any reins, this character here, and this owl is taking him almost where it wants to. So in a sense, progress in any direction is accidental. It's almost as if you feel that you might not be in control at the moment. But when your creative process works, it works well. But you have to ensure that it is grounded in practical ways in order for the tree to bear fruit. Now, this represents to me a young man who, as I say, it can also be somebody else that's in your life, but a young man who is intellectual, full of ideas and plans, very clever, but unstable. Now, when I say young man, I'm only referring to it because he's called the Prince, but of course it can be a woman as well, because court cards are, as I may have mentioned in other readings, interchangeable. So look at it as being a male or female if it's somebody else. Intellectual, full of ideas, very clever, but perhaps unstable. Someone who can be domineering at times, elusive and impressionable. But it's saying to you that you will have intuition, creative thinking, and being able to cut through all entanglements and becoming free of limited ideas and models, and that you will have a clear perception of things. But this person, if it's another person, can be purely intellectual and full of ideas which tumble over each other. This character here in this card is a mass of fine ideals, unrelated to practical effort. He is clever, but unstable of purpose, and actually personally indifferent to any of his ideas, knowing that any one of them is just as good as any other. He reduces things to unreality by sucking the actual facts out of anything and converting them into unsustainable ideas. Often a very intelligent person with a highly developed intellect who loves thinking, questioning, and philosophizing, good at creating ideas quickly, but moves on without developing them. His intellect can be draining to those who can't keep up with him. I think that you will be very independent during this period. Some people might find you private and difficult to get to know. Some people could also think that you lack emotional warmth, and I don't see that as being the case with you, but it's just a danger, it's just an inkling that I'm getting around there. I do think, though, that it can indicate the need for you to slow down and analyze your thoughts to see if something practical can be gained from them. The other energy that I'm getting is if it's somebody else in your life, there's someone that can be capable of putting forward any argument. They're glib, often without regret or remorse. These elusive and elastic people are of value only when mastered by an intelligence which is superior to their own. They're people who say, "But why bother? Life is too short. Too much maintenance." You, however, should say, "My creative possibilities have no limits." Shall we have a look at this beautiful, this looks like an archangel down here. Let's have a look and see what you have to say to us. What do you have to say? Well, the Ace of Cups is the angel. Do you know, I see a lot of Scorpio and Sagittarius and Libra around here. I think they're liable to be important to you during this time. The Ace of Cups is the angel, and the element of water, lunar, with the pure wings of the dove. It is yin. You know yin and yang? Yin is that feminine principle, internal and soft. As a river, it flows around the rocks where fire might blast through them. The Ace of Cups is like the moon. It is internal looking and cyclic. The emotions often associated with the Suit of Cups have a very real and important reason to exist. They are the messengers of the subconscious, just like angels are a messenger of God. Angel comes from the Greek word angelos, which means messenger. Did you know that? Emotions are only what lie on the surface, though. Beneath are waters that are very deep, the reservoir of all human knowledge that we have inherited from our ancestors and their ancestors, back to the very oldest of all living things on earth, in an unbroken chain. It is very ancient and wise, and speaks to us through emotions, dreams, visions, gut feelings, intuition, and psychic phenomena. I do not know where the bottom of this water is. Perhaps it has no bottom and connects us all in a collective unconscious. You are the stewardess or steward of a very ancient bloodline. With free will comes free will of love, when you transcend the biological demands of the subconscious and truly begin to decide how you want to love openly and without judgment or caution, without expectation of return, with purpose, compassionately. This is the kind of powerful, flowing force that is yin and can gently move mountains and shape the earth. The cup of unconditional love is being offered to you. Will you drink from it? This is very powerful for those involved in partnered relationships. I see a deepening of love in those relationships, and for those unpartnered, I see the opportunity here for a deepening of affection with someone that you may be dating, and I see also the opportunity for new romances to come about. Yes, quite an emotional month, I think, for you in many respects, in the context of this decision, but also this gain that you're making. Really quite balanced. It's a very balanced month for you. Let's have a look at her. Let's have a look at this page of cups. There you go. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Libra. That's what's coming through here. You cannot direct the wind, but you can adjust your sails. Your emotions and thoughts are like little ships set adrift on the ocean, affecting the whole of the ocean. They come from you. Change your ships and change the way the ocean reacts and others react. Change the energy. This page's strength is unconditional love, both for self and others, and non-judgment. Assuming strength in yourself, others, and situations. Project into the world calm thoughts that support rather than hinder what you want from life. Take complete responsibility for yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, and your life. You were designed for this life in every way to be successful and fulfilled. Now, the character of the young woman here, what do you have to tell me, my darling? Well, I think that she is very gracious, voluptuous, sweet, gentle, kind, romantic, and dreamy. She is esoterically earth, and she's in the suit of water, the earth of water, and these dignities are friendly and passive. She represents the earthy part of water, and in particular the faculty of crystallization. She represents the power of water to give substance to idea, to support life, and to form the basis of chemical combination. The character of this page is infinitely gracious. All sweetness, all voluptuousness, gentleness, kindness, and tenderness are in her character. Now, she can live in a world of romance, in the perpetual dream of rapture. Now, superficially, she might be thought to be selfish and lazy, but this is a false impression, because she goes about her work silently and effortlessly. She is the princess of the palace of the floods, and she speaks of emotional freedom, jealousy conquered, and trust in yourself. Now, I think there is the chance here that you may well be quite a romantic person, and like her, gentle and kind. Her depth, well, because she is in the ocean, but she can get lost in romance, and she has her eyes shut to the environment. She can be a dreamer and not engaging in life. She lives in a world of romance, dependent on others, but she gives a lot in return. I will say this about her, though, that she really does have the ability to make tangible ideas, because with this ability of bringing this Princess Earth into water, there is the ability here of crystallization as well, crystallization of ideas. So trust your feelings and perceptions. You are on the right path. Is there anything else preventing you from being fully free? You now have the opportunity to let go of it as well. Imagine that you are surrounded by water and are dancing the dance of salvation and freedom with light, flowing movements. And say to yourself, the more I love myself, the more I can share with others. What a fantastic spread of cards for you, Aquarius. Well done. That's the way it is for you this month. Well, I hope you enjoyed that reading as much as I did providing it to you. It's my great pleasure to provide these monthly readings for you. So, of course, just please like and subscribe. It does actually help the channel, and it would help me be seen by a number of other people as well. You were fantastic during that reading. You did a really good job. Now, the only other thing that's left for me to say is this, that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.